Good morning, fight fans. What's up with y'all, man? Live in full effect from the DMV off the early morning, 6 a.m., riding past beautiful downtown DC. Wouldn't you agree? Salute, good morning, fight fans. Early morning mission, man. Yeah, y'all already know what it is. We back at it, man, early in the morning. And yeah, man, it is always an honor and pleasure to be on here with the boxing fam. I hope y'all enjoyed your weekend. Y'all know we had some big fights that took place over the weekend. You know what I'm saying? A lot of big things took in place. So look, I'm gonna take a minute real quick to just kind of reiterate some of the points of my last live stream. And the reason that I'm doing that is because the audio was a little off. I was sitting there the whole goddamn time talking into a microphone that wasn't even plugged up. Thank goodness the microphone from the monitor still caught a lot of my voice, you know what I'm saying? But apologies to everybody on that last live stream that was yesterday. Hopefully you can still make out what I was trying to say in the video, but I'll just kind of go over some brief points that were made in that video. And that is, first and foremost, that, like I said, we had heard news from the Wilder's side of things that his injuries, at least from what we hear, are not nearly as bad as possibly originally thought. You know, lacerations, cuts behind the ear, cuts in the inside of the ear. I listened to the recent interview on Barbershop Conversations, one of Wilder's teammates, and he said that the eardrum could be possibly ruptured. So we'll see how that works out. There is no broken jaw. Now, the point of that video, though, was the thing that came down to it was JD's and, of course, Mark Breland. We know they're having a public disagreement in which JD's does not understand why Mark Breland stopped that fight. And this led the fans to believe that, you know, JD's may not care for Deontay Wilder. Well, the point I was making in that video was I thought that JD's could have, I felt on the side of JD's that I wasn't mad if that fight would have went another 15, 20 seconds. The point I was making was I would have liked to seen what happened when Deontay Wilder would have at least got out of the corner, you know what I mean? Or maybe at least made it to the end of that round and maybe could have got a better evaluation. Deontay Wilder had swung a punch prior to that fight right being stopped. Not to mention, I just didn't think he was out enough on his feet. Now, listening to Team Wilder speak, they're saying that they're very disappointed with the call, with Mark Breland making the call. A lot of people feel as though Mark Breland made the right call, and I'm not going to argue with y'all if y'all feel as though Mark Breland made the right call. I'm just saying me, and it could be the fan in me, wanted to see that fight maybe just kind of go a little bit further just to see, because knowing that Wilder packs a right hand the way he has, he end the fight at any given minute. That's what Wilder does. You know what I'm saying? We already go down the route of saying, well, Wilder's down 5, 6, 7 rounds. Oh, but he can get back into this fight at any time. When you know you have that kind of fighter that packs a bazooka like Deontay Wilder, you gotta be 100%. And that was my whole point. That's the point that I was coming from with that notion. You know what I'm saying? But I don't like the public disagreement. I hate the fact that JD's came out to the public and stated to the public that him and Breland had wasn't on the same page in the corner prior to the stoppage. I did not like that. I thought that JD should have took it and just, you know, absorbed it and took the slings and arrows and went and handled the situation behind the scenes. That would have been much more better. Now, as for Deontay Wilder and the rematch, and like I said, we're just going over some of the points that we made in yesterday's live stream. As for Deontay Wilder in the rematch, yes, Deontay Wilder absolutely, positively, 130,000% needs to go back into this immediate rematch. There are bigger implications than what a lot of people are talking about. The main one being that the WBC being the last remaining heavyweight belt that is not located inside of Europe, that is not located inside of, sorry about the fight fans, that is not located inside of the UK nor inside of Europe. So Deontay Wilder has to go back into this rematch, at least for that sake alone. You're talking about a $25+ million fight. You're talking about his story. You're talking about his moment. You're talking about the moment that truly makes Deontay Wilder great, and that is rising to the occasion to solve this. Man, phone call I got to take right in the middle of the live stream. You don't have to wait, though. You know what I'm saying? But that's what it's all about. And this is part of Deontay Wilder's story. This is who Deontay Wilder is. Now, everyone said, oh, Deontay Wilder is special. He's special. If he's special, then this is what makes him special. Not your word, not what you say, not how you feel. It's what the man does. And at this moment is where he has to rise to the occasion and take on and put that on what everybody has been putting on him for so long. That is being great, rising to the occasion. So yes, he must figure it out. People say main man, what should he do to go back into the rematch stylistically that would help him? Like I told y'all, I believe the first start, it starts to coming away from the 231. That's numero uno, you know what I mean? Slim it back down, 220, not to the 209s and the 212s, no, but I think 220, lose about 10, 11 pounds, that would be a great start. 2, working on footwork, you know what I'm saying? Working on fighting going backwards. Sure, he has to learn a lot in possibly a little amount of time, but we've seen this done before, and this is what greatness requires. William Smith, good morning, fam. Good morning to you. If I can't see a lot of y'all comments right now, it's because I'm moving right now. That's the only reason. But I will go back and read them. Yeah, but you know, he has to work on that footwork going backwards, man. Put that string around your ankles, man, and work on it. Bring in the right expertise. No, I do not suggest trainer changes. No, don't blow up the team. Add on, you know what I'm saying? Add on to what already makes you Deontay Wilder. No need to try to go this late in the game and blow up the game plan and change everything around. Add on. Now, we know you have game-changing power. We know, and I told y'all, I think that his best skill is the fact that he knows how to deliver that game-changing power. Well, Tyson Fury found a way to prevent Deontay Wilder from delivering that power, so he must find another way to deliver. And it starts with the footwork, slimming down, and getting quicker on the draw. You know what I'm saying? Like I told y'all, Deontay Wilder needs to plant and then swing. Well, he needs to get out of the habit of looking forward and have to get into the habit of having it set up and letting it go faster, whether it be off the back foot or not. Little things like that, little tweaks like that is what's needed to add to Deontay Wilder's game. Not blowing up the fucking game plan, blowing up his coaching, his trainers, and everybody got to go. Now, whatever disagreement is going on in that corner today, that needs to get bottled up. Mark Breland and JD's figure it out, bottle it up, you know what I'm saying? I hope, you know, Mark Breland didn't like put himself on the bad side of Deontay Wilder with the call that he made. We hear that Wilder is possibly upset with that towel coming in. But I think that Breland and Wilder's been together for a while, and Wilder's going to understand. You know what I mean? He's going to say, hey, Breland's going to come to him and say, hey, man, I'm trying to save your life. I seen you taking a lot of incoming fire, not giving none back. I seen your ears bleeding, man, and all I thought was, yeah, I know JD is going to be mad at me, but I had to save your life. You know what I mean? And I think that once Deontay Wilder, the emotions calm down and it all settles up, he'll understand. He'll understand. I don't think he'll see himself robbed of an opportunity or nothing like that. He'll understand. You know what I mean? And also, the last point that I made in that video that is very, very important, very important. The one thing that people need to understand about this Breland and Diaz situation is that Diaz is the head trainer. He has been instilled with the authority and the power and the trust of being the head trainer of Deontay Wilder for a reason. If Deontay Wilder wanted Mark Breland to make those calls that he made, he would have made him the head trainer. You know what I'm saying? So when people say, oh, well, Mark Breland was doing the right thing, you don't buck the trainer, man. You don't buck the corner. You know what I mean? That's not your role, and you got to know your role. Breland basically stepped out of his role, bucked the trainer, bucked the corner direction, and did what he wanted to do. Sure, he may have been caring for the fighter. Sure, he may have been thinking about safety and health first. I get it. But at the end of the day, there's still a protocol that operates in a corner that has to be followed. And if the head trainer is the guy that makes that call, you know what I mean? I can never, ever see nobody in Barry Hunter's corner throwing in the towel before Barry Hunter gives that okay. It just don't work that way. You know what I'm saying? Thumbs up for me this morning, fam. I know we up early. I know a lot of y'all got your coffee this morning and you're heading into that job that's about to piss you off. But hit the thumbs up for the fam, man. You know what I'm saying? Thumbs up for me, man. So those are a lot of the points that we went over in yesterday's video. The video still stands. A much longer, more explained detail version of such will be included in the video. So please check that out for me. And if you can't make out the points in the video, then refer to this particular live stream. These were all the points that we were breaking down in that video. So my apologies to y'all, man. But Deontay Wilder got to pick up the pieces, man. There's a bigger picture. He needs to get that belt before it heads to Europe and stays in Europe. You know what I mean? Dillian White is the mandatory. Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. The media is going to start to hype that fight up. They're going to try to push Wilder to the back. You know what I'm saying? If he walks away from this situation, there's no telling when Wilder will be back into a situation similar to this. So no, this is his moment. This is the time to go for it. Figure it out. JD's, figure it out. Fury did the same as he did into the guy in his last fight after he got cut. Leaned on him and busted him up. Crunk just gave him confidence all day. And Fury went back to and he developed a better game plan. Now, Tyson Fury did have some interim fights. He did have some time to kind of go back and get himself back together. Just like when people, you know, a lot of fighters who've been involved in trilogies or whatever, they always kind of go back to the drawing board or whatnot, you know what I mean? But sometimes they take interim fights. In Wilder's case, he's, you know, we're suggesting him go right back in it. And these are after tough fights with Luis Ortiz and the first tough fight with Tyson Fury, and we're asking Wilder, we're asking a lot of them. I'm not going to misunderstand that. I mean, I know we're asking a lot. Some people may say, no, he need to take some time off. He's been pushing himself too hard. We're asking a lot of Deontay Wilder, but that's what greatness requires. That's what greatness requires. And the American audience is a hard audience to satisfy, I will admit. And in order to get to that level that you want to get to, well, this is what you got to do, man. And it is what it is, fam. Thumbs up for the fam on the way out. I'll see y'all a bit later. We're going to talk more about this situation as it progresses out. But most importantly, also, like I reiterated also in that video, marination going wrong. Another situation with Wilder and AJ. Marination going wrong. We need to get Crawford and Spence as soon as possible. You know what I mean? If there is no Manny Pacquiao next for Earl, we want to see him in Crawford, because Julian J. Rock Williams, Jerry Swift Hurd, you know what I'm saying? Jamel Charlo, Jerry Swift Hurd. Look what happened in that situation. We never got the fight. And umpteen other stories to go along with it. You know what I mean? Get the fights out the way. Marination never works. Much love. Stay out the way of the devil the way, because he coming for you. You know what I'm saying? He omnipresent everywhere at the same time. Stay stressed and sucker free out here in these streets, man. I'm telling you, man, all day. Much love to y'all, man. Marination gone wrong. And it's flooded. It's going around everywhere in boxing. We don't need that to happen with Crawford and Spence all day. Have a great day, fight fans.